Good morning to all. This is Satish, Assistant Professor in Department of CS from Guntur Engineering College. Now we will look on this section, syntax analyzer in compiler design. So syntax analyzer, this is the second phase of the compiler. So in this video we will discuss a role of parser, context free grammar. The role of parser. So source program is a input to the lexical analyzer. That lexical analyzer source program is converted to the tokens. The tokens will take the input to the syntax analyzer, generate the parse tree. Here we need more number of tokens. At that time syntax analyzer sending the request, get next token means sending the next token. All the phases are connected to the symbol table, means all entities are stored in a symbol table. The parse tree generates the syntax analyzer, generate the parse tree, rest of front end. So here two pages. First page is front end phase and next one is the back end phase. So front end phase lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer and intermediate code generation. So this is the role of the parse tree. So syntax analyzer generate the only parse tree. So the general grammar using to generate the parse tree. E implies E plus T or T. T equal to T star F or F. F tends to open braces, E closed braces and ID. Context free grammar. In syntax analyzer phase, using the context free grammar, we can easily generate the parse tree. So context free grammar having four tuples. First one is variable VTTS, variable, terminal, production and starting symbol. So expression implies expression plus terminal. Expression equal to expression minus terminal. Expression equal to terminal. Terminal equal to terminal into factor. Terminal equal to terminal by factor. Terminal equal to factor. Factor equal to open braces expression and closed braces and factor equal to ID. You can represent it in this grammar to production type. So using the context free grammar, E implies E plus T. Next second one is expression equal to expression minus T, means E implies E minus T. E implies T. T implies T star F. T implies T by F. F implies T implies F. F implies open braces E closed braces and F equal to ID. Derivation. So parse tree. So how to design the parse tree? Productions are treated as a rewriting rules to generate a string. So production means E equal to E plus E, E equal to E by T, all are the productions. Okay, our derivations are two types, leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. So leftmost derivation means we can generate the parse tree in left to right. Rightmost derivation means generate the parse tree from right to left. So using the above production, so here given productions are E implies E plus E or E star E or minus E or open braces E closed braces or ID. So these all are the productions, 1 2 3 4 5 productions. So derive the first parse tree, first generate the parse tree. That parse tree is accepted the given expression. The given expression is minus open braces ID plus ID closed braces. So first one is minus. So minus means E implies minus E. So E implies minus E. Next one is open braces. So open braces means E implies open braces E closed braces. So replace E to open braces E closed braces. Then again minus open braces E tends to changed E plus E. So minus open braces E plus E closed braces. Next E tends to ID. So first to replace the one by one, minus ID plus E closed braces. Next minus ID plus E. So this is accepted. This is the derivation. Parse tree. So generate the parse tree using this production. E tends to E plus E or E tends to E star E or E tends to minus E or E tends to closed open braces E and closed braces and ID. So generate a parse tree. That parse tree is derivable or not, it is accepted or not. ID minus open braces ID plus ID closed braces. So E tends to first E. So E tends to E minus E. Again replaced the E to open braces E closed braces. Again E tends to E plus E. So E tends to ID, E tends to ID. You can write in starting from left to right. So leftmost is minus open braces ID plus closed ID closed braces reached root node. So the string is accepted. This is the parse tree of given productions. Ambiguity. For some strings there exists more than one parse tree, one or more than one leftmost derivation or more than one rightmost derivation. So ambiguous means to produce the more number of solutions. So such type of productions or such type of grammar is called a ambiguous grammar. It produced in left or right. For example, ID plus ID star ID. So using the previous case productions, E tends to E plus E, E tends to E star E. Using that expressions, we can generate the parse tree. So ID plus ID star ID. So here leftmost and rightmost derivations to generate the parse tree. So these two parse trees are accepted. The given expression is ID plus ID into ID. So this is an example. That example is accepted in two parse trees. So this is an ambiguous grammar. So ambiguous grammar means produce the more number two or more number of parses. Elimination of left recursion. A grammar is left recursive if it has non-terminal such that there is a derivation A tends to A alpha. Top-down parsing methods can handle left recursive grammar. Elimination of left recursion. We can generate the top-down parsing. First eliminate the left recursion. So left recursion means the given production left hand side starting variable value equal to right hand side starting variable value. Both are the equal means that grammar is a left recursion. Okay, in this example, A implies A capital A small a. So left hand side A and right hand side starting with A, both are the equal means the grammar is a left recursion. So how to avoid or how to remove the left recursion? A simple rule for directly left recursion elimination. For the rule, A tends to A alpha beta. So the given grammar, the given production, A tends to A alpha beta. So this is the left recursion. So how to say this is the left recursion? Both left hand side and right hand side having same variable A. So how to remove the or eliminate the left recursion? So we can replace that production to below productions. A tends to beta A dash and A dash tends to alpha A dash or epsilon. So the above production is replaced with A tends to beta A dash and A dash tends to alpha A dash or epsilon. So we can easily eliminate the left recursion. So left factoring. So remove the left recursion and left factoring. Directly we can apply the top down parsing. Left factoring. So left factoring is a grammar transformation that is a useful for production is a grammar suitable for predictive or top down parsing. Consider following grammar. Statement implies if expression, then statement else statement, or if expression then statement. On seeing input, if it is not clear for the parser which produce to use, we can easily perform the left factoring. If we have A tends to alpha beta 1 and alpha beta 2, then we replace it. So left factoring. So how to say this? The given grammar is a left factoring. So left factoring means A tends to alpha beta 1 alpha beta 2 and so on. Means right hand side alpha followed by any number of betas. We can eliminate that one using the below productions. A tends to alpha A dash tends to beta 1 and beta 2. So directly to get the given grammar, A tends to alpha A dash. So A dash tends to substitute the beta 1 or beta 2. So in this format is a left factoring. So this is the algorithm and an example of a left factoring. So A tends to alpha A dash or gamma. So A dash tends to beta 1 and beta 2 and beta 3. So this is another example of a left factoring.